and welcome to the Cowboy for Game Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. I'm your host Jake. Today I'm joined by Brad from Bragia.
Hey.
And fresh from Japan, Nolan of the Bend variety.
I'm back, bitches.
I'm not used to saying
He's been gone so long I've forgotten his name.
Yeah, who are you? How was our week in Yu-Gi-Oh?
He's looking at me, isn't he?
Mm.
Yeah. Look, I pulled open box of Supreme Darkness today. Got
You got better box than me.
yeah, I did. I just wanted a barrel, man. Just one, just to get me started. But oh well. Master Jewel Theme Chronicle hurts.
We'll get to that.
It hurts. Like, why do they ban Chimera Fusion? It's
Oh, that's rough. That's real rough.
So, oh well, I guess I will go back to playing Valmonica. And yeah, some games picked up, many games lost. I'm nowhere near finished with my gems of how many games I've dropped, and like dropped in a slow fashion as well. That's why I play Minecraft.
I wanted to do the Minecraft music, but I'm fairly sure I was just about to do the Jurassic Park music.
They're so vastly different.
I don't know the Minecraft theme. I probably do.
I've got it muted.
I remember the piano.
Yeah.
The piano just plays softly in the background. Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Jake's going to ask about my week in Yu-Gi-Oh!
I was going
And
to
Jake's-
ask about your trip and your time, if you got anything cool while you were
So
over
I
there.
played a lot of Duel Links.
You did. There was many a Duel Links update.
I
Back to base version, not rush, right?
just
Yeah,
back
no
to base
rushing.
version. Yes,
He was on holiday.
I
He's got the time. He doesn't
I
need
did
to rush.
collect new cards to my Rush Duel deck, so I can do upgrades to that. I'm going to do that probably later tonight. So, more Rush Duel content will be coming eventually. That was pretty much the only Yu-Gi-Oh cards I actually bought there. Like, I bought a fuckload of playmats. Some of them go up for sale on places, so keep your eyes out. So yeah, I grinded a lot of Duel Links. Have a lot of complaints. So, Dragon Maid's released while I was there.
Mm-hmm.
So, guess what Ben did in a lot of his free time? Because, I got sick in the first week of my trip. So, I also was doing a lot. So, I would cover a fuckload of ground by, 2 p.m. And then because I was sick, be like, I want to die. I'd be like, back to my hotel I go, shower, relax in bed, play Duel Links for an hour or two, and then be like, okay, let's go back out. So yeah, I played a lot of it. Dragon Maid's released, fun. I now have everything. I've opened enough product to have built the entire deck. Not a cheap deck to make.
I was going to say, it's only your second mortgage now to have finished that deck?
I didn't pay a single dollar. I haven't put any dollars
So just time.
Yeah, just time. I already had that huge cash because I'd just been racking it up, saving saving in-game money for when Seven Roads Fusion releases for Duel Links, Speed Duel. So
Rush Duel.
yeah, Rush Duel. So over on the Speed Duel side,
Yeah.
I was like, time to invest the money into Dragon Maid. Put my money in. It was incredibly easy at the start. I think I won close to 50 straight matches before eventually I just bricked and lost to a deck that played an OTK. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I lost the very next match to an FTK and was like, what the fuck? It was an equip spell FTK where they summon a 1000 attack token, equip it with a equip spell that doubles its attack, then they equip it with something else that kills it. Your opponent takes burn damage equal to its attack, and then they get a token of the same value, or it's double value. And then they equip it with another equip spell to your token, and then it
So
dies
it's
and
fluky as
pings.
hell.
Yeah, they literally draw the entire deck, and then just go okay, cool. I've got the token summon card and the 3 equip spells I need for game. I paired that deck later, and I found every time I paired it, my opponent would activate a draw spell, draw, scoop. I was like, okay, cool, you've bricked. Easy. But yeah, eventually, the bane of my existence, Jaden, showed up. I later realized it was the starter deck they released.
Wait, so you were losing to a starter deck?
Effectively, yeah.
Damn.
So, like, the Dragon Maid skill in that game is busted. Turns out, not as busted as other skills that exist in this game. Like, I thought it was pretty cool that you're going first, discard any Dragon Maid, add any Dragon Maid. I was like, this is fantastic. If you're going second, you can do that and also set downtime from deck. Because it was set by card effect, you can activate it that turn. So the one that bounces to remove back row or bounces to add another card.
Yeah, the card you'd never play in the TCG. Yep.
Yeah. So because you can set it and activate it that turn, plays around Effect Veiler, plays around back row. Really good card. The Jaden skill is just so much more broken. It's discard a warrior or an armed dragon or a U-Bell. So if you draw any brick or a hero card, discard it to set an armed dragon or Neos from deck. If you summon an armed dragon, it counts as being summoned with its level 10 summoning condition. The armed dragon's abilities are live when they set them. They can just flip them face up straight away because they were summoned by a card effect and go activate effect. So like summon armed dragon, flip, activate effect, blow your board.
Goddamn.
So that's busted, but they haven't even gotten to the part where it adds polymerization from outside of your deck. So it materializes...
You don't even have to put it in?
Yeah, you don't even need to play the brick.
Bro.
And then it adds Super Poly on top of that. So it materializes a card to discard off Super Poly if you need to.
There's very few cards that would be that good. Discard, summon a monster, and add 2 cards.
Yes.
Like, there's just not many like that.
Yes.
The closest that's coming to mind is Golden Rule, but that's for Crystal Beasts, so
Certainly.
therefore garbage.
You can also play this ability in Crystal Beast, I think.
That's true.
I think you can also summon Rainbow Dragon off the effect.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, it's designed just to make Jaden's deck so hilariously OP.
Yeah.
I've given up on hitting King of Games because you have to win 5 straight games. So at the moment I'm at the top of Master. I'm at like Master 5 or 6. So I'm almost there. But you have to win 5 consecutive games to be King of Games. And I'm like, I don't think I can win 5 consecutive games when...
It's so
You're not
hard.
really going to be able to do that off
Jaden.
a +3 with fucking Super Poly.
Yeah, like, I am getting hit with just constant barrages of pair Jaden. It's like, I maybe have a 25% win rate. And then I pair another Jaden, and I pair another Jaden, and I'm like, fuck, okay. If I pair anyone else, auto-win. I'm like, sick, easy. The only one I have difficulty with is maybe the Lyrilusk one. I have just realized now just to wait and bounce the thing in the battle phase, because they make that one that attacks directly.
I mean, that's all of them, but yeah.
They make the one that attacks directly and increases to the amount of materials it has, and can detach to make them all unaffected.
Okay.
It makes that with 4 materials, so it can attack for 4k damage and win.
Okay.
But if you force the interaction, they detach material and they can't
Oh,
OTK
but then
you.
they can't OTK.
So you wait for the battle phase and for them to put everything into the towers, and then you try and bounce it, and they detach, and they can't kill you, and then you just swing back and you're dead. So like I can beat every other deck in the game with ease, but the Jaden deck is just so OP. We'll keep in touch on this later if they ban the Jaden deck at all or do anything to touch that.
I feel like something would need to change with that.
Surely you have to. The fact that it just adds Super Poly is the part that's so fucked.
Yeah.
Because I can't summon Dragon Maid Shao because it's a light. They just make the Shining.
Yep.
That is like, oh, sick, light extra deck monster. Here's the Shining. Also, they have 3 Stratos. Stratos isn't once per turn. Realize that because they can loop it.
Yeah.
You just play Liquid Soldier, so they draw 2 if they use it as a fusion material.
Yep.
Then they play Stratos, so they activate the skill, and if they have Stratos, they just summon Stratos, add Liquid Soldier, fuse into the Miracle Search guy, then also trigger the Liquid Soldier, draw 2, discard 1.
Yep.
So they've gone +3 off that after going +3 off their skill, +2 off their skill because they discard. And then
Okay, discard a malicious. It's technically
they
a cost.
also get Crosskeeper. So if they discard Crosskeeper off their first effect, the Crosskeeper triggers again to draw 2. So like if they hard draw Crosskeeper, they can discard it for the effect, so that when they fusion summon an elemental hero, draw 2 cards.
A 4th through their deck.
It's
and
like
they've
draw
got-
2
yeah.
bottom deck something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So they go they draw 4, lose 2 cards out of their hand, and then on top of that add Super Poly and summon a board wipe.
yeah.
That's how oppressive this deck is.
Well, you're going to get the hero money somehow.
Yeah.
This month.
That's the thing though. Like most of it's in the starter deck, which costs you $10. So you can spend. They also give you one for free. So you can spend $20 and have most of the deck. Effect Veil is the only card you really need to go after. I've just realised what Ethan's doing. Ethan just bought 3 of the starter deck for Ubel, and he was just asking what staples are good because I'm going to weigh all the staples out. He's bought the Jaden deck.
He's soon to be your enemy.
I'm on to you, Ethan.
Does it come with the skill?
Yeah, it comes with the skill.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
You
kind
can
of
also just
busted.
use the skill chip. Just get it.
Yeah, okay.
Your skill should be pretty easy to get now.
Broken. Yeah, so my week. So after procrastinating on it for a very long time, I finally got around to fixing my Malice deck. It now has Fiendsmith in it. It's now so much better. I still have to adjust the side and the extra just a tiny bit, but for the most part, it's performing quite well. Last Tuesday, I would have won, but we were running a bit short on time, and I had places to be on a Tuesday evening, which sounds weird.
That is weird. Why were you running short on time?
That was my personal thing.
Oh, you just had to leave.
Yeah, I had other places to go.
Okay.
So I ended up just doing like a straight split with the other person, but I would have beat the other person. It was Jesse, it's fine. So yeah, would have won that, I believe, but got split pricing. Pulled a Ulti Diabels, looked really great until I noticed that part of the bottom was crimped.
Ah, okay.
Not even like a straight crimp across the bottom. It looks as though some
Diabels.
straight jaw. Yeah. Oh, Diabel Star.
Okay, I was like, wait, hold on.
I know.
Was there an OTS pack that I just missed? Because
I mean, we are
could have happened.
about due for the next one. I haven't heard anything about our next OTS.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. We didn't play today, but I also did buy a box of Supreme Darkness. My box was okay. I pulled a QCR Goblin Biker gone bonkers, otherwise known as Badass.
For my week, I bought a box and it was garbage.
Yeah. And
I
then
got 2
pulled-
Eclipse Twins.
I mean,
I had to trade for one.
yeah, you're trading for one.
That's all I wanted for the set.
And the rest of my box wasn't too bad. It would have been nice if I'd pulled the Meows, but I also pulled a QCR, so like...
Literally all I was going for. I was just trying to pull out Meows.
Yeah. I feel like there's only really 3 chase cards that people want from this set, the Link 4, the Meows, and the Barrel. That. So, yeah. But also, it's not a super chase product anyway because there's so few cards that people want from it. So, like, there'll be packs around. I'll just pick up bits and pieces
I
as
was
it goes.
very surprised that the ritual spell for that new archetype was $20. I was like, oh.
Well, I feel like that's based on pre-sale prices. So once the product's actually available,
Yeah.
it'll probably come down considerably.
Like, I was like, sure, done.
I mean, yeah,
Got pulled
glad
the
to be rid of
ritual
it.
And the ritual spell.
Damn, man's doing reptile things.
No.
Chad's trying to get that stuff, so you could have traded him for the barrel.
I even wished him luck. That's. I'll have to hit him up. I'll send a falcon at dawn.
What was the other thing? Before because I'll cover my Master Duel thing when we get onto the Chronicle event. But as a quick little thing, from the trips that the boys took to Japan, I got this from Ben.
Oh, yeah.
This
My
lovely
stuff's all
mat.
off screen. I bought a fuckload of Beyblade. We're going to let it rip.
God, that is a good looking mat.
It actually looks really nice.
Yeah, that's a forever mat.
Yeah. Keeping this.
Why?
Limited edition.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't say not for resale.
Yeah. Well, that's how you're able to get it to me.
Totally.
And then from Bragg, I did get this like at least a week ago. And because of the way that it has to fit in the box, one of its wings is technically not on it at the moment, but I got this little guy.
Yeah. God, he's such a.
I fucking love him.
Yeah, he's so good.
Where Blue Eyes Toon Dragon retrain.
This can't be right.
Surely that's
Where's
just
Toon
an...
Ultimate Dragon?
Yeah, even Toon Alternate Dragon.
Please.
Toon Dragon 88.
Toon Barrel Dragon.
So then, yeah, moving on to some news. So we'll start with Master Duel.
Biggest news. Mulchami Fawalas.
Yeah.
You guys did it last week without me, but I'm here for a Mulchami Fawalas update.
It's still 30 credits.
Yeah. Mulchami Fawalas. Currently, the cheapest on Australian eBay, $730. There is no secrets on market.
Hey!
Oh, so it's just
It
QCRs.
is sold out.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Get them now while they're hot.
The QCR specifically. So, moving on to some news. We start with Master Duel. So, the current event running is the Theme Chronicle. So, this is like there's no stringent thing of exactly what canon. Well, there is a stringent thing, but like they don't
Not
sort of
Chimera.
like there's no direct theme to it.
Wallace,
It's just
isn't
yeah. For Wallace is in it. Maxi's not.
You gotta push it somehow.
Harvey's Feather Duster and Darkhole and Rageki are in it.
Yep.
They're gonna
Lightning
do
Storm
that.
is not.
They're gonna do that for every single event they do from now on. They're gonna be like, Maxi's banned. No more Charmies though. Wouldn't it be nice if you could craft those?
But like, I don't see that big a problem with that, especially if like the vibe is that eventually Maxi will be superseded by the
Yeah.
Molchamis. It probably is just a good like arena for data to go like, okay, well if we give people Molchamis instead of Maxis, does the win rate change or the usage rate change from using that card?
I wonder if how quickly they'll release Meows.
Yeah, I'm shocked it wasn't in the first time. Why would they hold back? Like,
They've done it before. Like they did it with Promethean Princess, where they were just like, surprise, Master Duel exclusive.
yeah, I thought they'd already do it. I thought they'd do a lot of things, but here we are.
Confirmed no fourth Molchami, by the way. Have we had
we have
One has not been announced for the upcoming set.
Yeah.
But we don't know all of Insight yet, do we?
No, there is
Comes out
still
next week.
12 cards
Yeah.
remaining.
Okay.
We would know about it by now, surely.
Yeah, I don't think they would bury the lead so much with that if they were going to announce another Molchami.
Yeah.
But in saying that, who knows?
Where's it going to come from? Like, what's it going to
Yeah.
stop summons from?
Every time your opponent summons a monster face down, draw 7
It'd
so
have
you
to
get
be-
some value.
It has to be activate spell or traps or tokens or
Yeah.
whatever.
That activating spell and traps would be so fucking good.
Yeah.
Although if you activate it against a runic player, you just deck out.
Or you draw the out.
Or draw Exodia.
you draw Lockbird. You're just like, oh, go draw.
And then they just continue to banish your deck regardless. So yeah, so that's running at the moment. A bunch of gems to get. They do have loner decks in there. One of them is Mech Knight. It's not a terrible build of Mech Knight, but Mech Knight is just generally terrible. But also because Maxi and the Bestials aren't in it, it's not as bad to play. So yeah, I think I can't remember
Maxi's in the Theme Chronicle one.
No, I'm saying Maxi is not in
Oh,
it.
not-
Therefore,
oh,
Max.
yeah.
Therefore, playing Mech Knight
Yeah,
in is not as bad.
I should main deck earlier then.
Yes.
Not, I mean, not that I've versed in Mech Knight deck. That might actually be helpful. But
Yeah. I understand your plights now because many a time I've been here watching other people play Dragon Maids, and just the constant abuse you hurl at the
yeah.
television because people play it wrong.
Yep.
That has been my experience of the Theme Chronicle.
So, expansion to that, when I was just grinding solo, the Dragon Maid deck in solo on Auto Duel is so fucking frustrating to watch because it doesn't understand the fact they all return at start of battle phase.
Yeah.
So it will do everything it can to summon the fusions and then like not have anything to bounce. It'll be like, okay, cool, you could have just won the game if they all bounce back and then you just attack. Simple.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. Like, I feel like AI is getting better in a lot of fields, but in card games / Yu-Gi-Oh specifically, I just don't think it'll get there.
Also, shout out to the good old days of whatchamacallit?
Nightmare Unicorn.
They're all dueling with your friends.
Oh, yep.
When you duel with your friends, but sometimes your friend was a computer. But that computer would always just make unicorn and spin its own shit.
Yep.
Because it was like, I can still keep going. I can make a unicorn. I have unicorn in my deck. So there was the odd time where it was just like, I have 3 Dragon Maids with 3 dragons for them to convert to engrave. But Nightmare Unicorn has more attack. Leave 3, make unicorn attack for 2. Like, okay, cool, awesome.
To highlight that further, still in the Master Duel solo modes, if you verse a deck that has it, they will just make unicorn for the funsies. The particular one that I always find funny is in the Vendread solo mode specifically, if you're
Yep.
versing the AI, which you would be, it turbos through as many Wee Witch apprentices as it can.
Okay.
So it'll link off, make a wee witch, link something else off, make a wee witch, summon something back, make the third wee witch. And it's
Yeah.
like, I'm also playing a dark deck. You shouldn't be summoning this anyway. And I'm sitting there just waiting to kill it on the next turn. It just keeps link summoning. I'm like, bruh,
Yeah.
move it along. Oh, and the fucking little thinky button comes up too.
Ah.
Thinky. Make another wee witch.
It's like, what win percentage would I have if I make another wee witch? Oh, the same as it is if I just made one. I'll make another.
If I have a thinner extra deck, I won't have to think as much on my next turn.
Yeah.
Extra deck thinning.
Statistically, the more you play into Max C, the worse my win odds get. Well, let's keep going.
Anyway, special summon. So yeah, a bunch of gems that you can earn from the Chronicle event, but as well as that, they have released a new asset. I don't know how popular it'll be, because it is the Earth's Arctic Big Dipper, which is the spaceship that the Space Bears go
Yeah.
on.
Big Dipper.
You know, that Space Bear deck that everybody loved.
Space.
They really liked one part of it, the part where it's dry run.
Yeah, the Drytron bit. The bit that is specifically not this strip.
Yeah.
Shout out, Paul.
Still not reading.
So,
There was one of those decks that I don't read. It's Lyrilusk. I don't read Lyrilusk. And it came up in Duel Links. I actually
is
lost
that why
the-
you kept losing to it? Because you're like, I'm not reading.
No, I lost the game.
I'm not
through
reading!
Lyrilusk because I was like, time to read it. Guess what? You only have 3 minutes of
Yeah.
time. And I was like, every time it's prompting me to respond, I'm like, I'll read the card. And I was timed out. Like, by the time it got back to my turn, I was like, I have 30 seconds to win the game. I don't have enough time. You can be in the battle phase swinging. That countdown time is still going. If it hits 0, you just lose. Your opponent could have nothing. You have 8k damage on board, even though you need to do 4. You're just like, okay, I have 2 fusions and 2 Dragon Maids. I can't lose, but I have 5 seconds to declare my attacks. Not happening.
It's like the 30-second event. So we had some new cards announced for Alliance Insight over the week. So we'll start with the newest edition for the Metal Morph cards.
Yeah.
So this one is Red Eyes Metal Claw Dragon. Basically, send one of your set cards to the graveyard, special summon it from your hand. If it's normal special summoned and you have Max Metal Morph on your field or graveyard, add a Metal Morph trap from your deck to your hand, and you can activate Metal Morph cards the turn they are set,
Yeah.
which makes that deck infinitely better.
Yeah. Still won't be great, but at least they got something going for them now.
Yeah.
And it's a good Red Eyes card, the first one in a while.
Wow. Yeah, no,
It's Red MD.
Yeah. I mean, that's obvious. I mean, they did get that one that, like, adds Red Eyes Fusion. Later?
Wyvern's
Wyvern.
better. Yeah, Wyvern's alright.
No,
We got Wyvern
that's
10
not Wyvern,
years
is it?
ago.
What about
Red Eyes
I think so.
Wyvern's that one that adds Red Eyes
No, no,
spell
what-
trap cards. When it
No,
goes
no, there
straight.
was one that was more recent than that, that when it, like, the turn after it's sent to the graveyard during the end phase, you search a Red Eyes spell.
That's Wyvern.
No, Wyvern's the one that reborns Dragoon from graveyard if
Oh.
it's there, isn't it?
No, I thought Wyvern's the regular monster.
Oh, maybe he's right.
You link the regular monster off and it searches ref.
I was on the impression Wyvern's doing that, but
Yeah.
then again,
I was
The-
sure that
the effect that
I
Jake
was
just
sure
said
that
doesn't
Wyvern
really help.
was the one that's like, if you control no monsters during the end phase, banish this card, special summon a Red Eyes Fusion monster from your
I
graveyard.
think it does both.
Fucking both is crazy.
yeah, you're right.
Does it do both effects?
No, so Wyvern's the target one engraved and special.
Okay.
What's the one we're thinking of?
It's a level 6. I'm pretty sure it's the same one that dragons were using as an extender. No, not Wyvern. I know Wyvern's not the 6. The
No,
one
I
you're thinking of,
I
I'm
thought the
sure
one.
is the
I think
6.
the one. I thought the.
Yeah, isn't there a normal summon you link it off at breath?
Yeah. But then because you've special summon, you can't activate ref.
Yeah, no, so the
Yeah.
one I'm thinking of is, it's like the turn after it's sent to graveyard. So the idea is that you send it off ref as your Red Eyes target.
We can either fact check this or wait for Loz to mention in the comments.
Is red?
Yeah, you watch it.
Lotta doesn't watch this podcast. Are you kidding?
Oh, I was going to say Jesse, but Jesse doesn't watch it either.
Is there a
No,
spell
despite-
that has ref as well? Are we thinking of?
It's
Yeah, Red
Insight.
Eyes Insight.
That's probably it.
No, there's definitely a monster. We'll get into it later. The Red Eyes boys will be at us in the comments. It's fine.
Also,
Anyway,
Dragoon's the best red eyes card release.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh yeah. Nah, Red MD.
Guess what, Seb? That was 4 years ago.
I don't know.
they got a reprint.
I know. I still think Dragoon's better than Dragoon. I think Red MD is better than Dragoon.
Red MD was even longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly worse after it got its errata.
Did it need the errata? Probably not.
So
I don't think it got the errata because it was still banned in the OCG, didn't it?
yeah,
They just never brought it back.
no, they did eventually.
No, but I thought it got errata because they had never brought it back in the first place.
Mm.
Because it got brought back for us, and then OCG was like,
Hey, we want that card, but not like that.
yeah, errata, off we go.
So the next card is an interesting one. So as tradition would dictate, when the TCG releases an exclusive archetype, the OCG, when they get it, tend to give it good cards. This is not the case in this particular instance, because they looked at Tistina and Ascend, and they went, you know what? No, you don't both deserve a card. Well, you don't both deserve a card, but you don't deserve individual cards.
So they did a
So
joke.
this card-
I haven't heard this card yet. By
So
the way,
this
I
card-
have pretty hard tuned out of Yu-Gi-Oh! News the past month. So
That's fine.
That's why you're here.
yeah.
So, this card is called Chaotic Elements. So, you can only use this first. Add one level 5 or higher, light or dark, pyro or aqua monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand.
Okay.
Then if you have 3 or more pyro and or aqua monsters in your graveyard, you can destroy one card on the field. If your opponent controls a light or dark pyro or aqua monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target one monster your opponent controls, take control of it till the end phase.
That's not a quick effect though, is it?
Ooh.
Okay. Look, it's fine.
Yeah.
It adds Vados, which is what you really need at the end of the day.
It adds Vados and doesn't lock you into pyros like the card does in the deck.
Yeah, true. Not a bad card.
Not a bad card, but it is a little sad that they looked at those archetypes and went, we're not thinking of two cards.
To be fair though, if 95% of these TCG, OCG cards just said Rhoda for your boss monster, every deck would take it.
Yeah,
like-
again, it's.
Apart from Double Helix, I
I'm-
think every other deck would be like...
I'm
yeah,
not
sure.
arguing that this is better than nothing. What I'm arguing is,
Yeah.
why did they have to incorporate it
be
into
fair,
one card?
It saves on bulk. If you were just going to print Rhodas for both decks, just print this one Rhoda that covers both.
The other thing I will say is if they end up printing this card in secret in the TCG, A, it won't be expensive because it's garbage. B, I won't be upset because the artwork actually looks really cool.
It'll be in a side set.
It's in Alliance Insight.
That's not how that works.
But it
They
is.
always do these in their Chronicle pack.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, sure.
It's here. Unless maybe they are getting their own individual cards and this is just a little bolster. Maybe a bit of a hint as to what we're getting in the future. Some good
Wasn't
Pyro and or Aqua cards.
wasn't Subterra Old Mate in main set?
Guru?
Yeah.
No, Guru and Double Helix were in... It was in our main set, yes. We would always get them imported through our main sets. But they would get them at the end of the year in Chronicle.
Alright, so yeah, so they use the import slots.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this is actually going to be in the base set.
Yeah. Because that's how... So we got Double Helix immediately.
Yeah.
And then we didn't get Guru for another year.
Yeah,
that's
just
true.
tripping me out.
Yeah. So like they were both released in the same pack in the OCG, and they went, you guys get Double Helix instantly. Next main set, here's Double Helix, and then
Yeah, because Vendro, like, what's... Yeah, you're right.
Guru we got like the next June.
Yeah, that was a long time. I mean, Guru never led to good things, so I'm not upset that we didn't get it.
Again, Rhoda.
True. So, the last card that we had announced this week for Alliance Insight was actually somewhat predicted by a friend of the podcast, Kurt, which is Psalm of the King, the Psalm of Kings.
Team member.
Yeah.
He's been on enough that he's been upgraded.
So,
He's
when
in
you
the chat.
when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, you cannot activate monster effects in the hand, graveyard, or banishment until the end of the next turn after this card is activated from the hand resolves. Also, negate that effect. Then if you have a trap in your graveyard, add one Dominus card from your deck to your hand.
Okay. Sure.
Psalm of Kings, yeah. Psalm Kings.
It'll get changed. We know it will be called Psalm of the Kings for us.
Well, the Psalms of Kings isn't that bad. I think the first translation mentions Solomon, didn't it?
I mean, it's also kind of redundant. They're the same book.
I want to point out that Seb's watching Dragon Ball Z.
I watched this episode not too long ago. That's what's tripping me out.
But he's not watching abridged.
No.
I guess because he's watching it with no audio. And abridged is worthless without the audio. Fun fact, again, while I was sick in Japan, I watched all of abridged.
Oh,
All 12 hours of abridged.
wait, hold on. We're talking Dragon Ball, yeah? Not...
Dragon Ball Z abridged.
Yeah, not Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, sorry, Dragon Ball Z
Yeah,
abridged.
the better written one.
Yeah.
It's... that They were really on top of it. That was so good.
It was so good. Like the first 30 minutes of the 12-hour Super, because fun fact, banned on YouTube Japan. You can't just watch, like there's like 11 episodes available on their channel. Every other's been like, it's been taken off YouTube.
Is it copyright?
Yeah. However, like 12-hour full season series uploads were there, so I was like, okay, off we go. You
Yeah.
mean I woke up at 4 a.m. because I'm still adjusting my sleeping patterns and I can't do anything?
Yeah.
On goes abridged.
Like, regular... Like, not only, like, being 2 hours early, and then also waking up, like, at 7 here, so there's 5
Yeah.
there, and it's just like, oh, there's nothing to do.
Yeah,
And nothing is open.
It's the depths of winter. I can't even go outside. It's currently -2. It's dark. I can't go to anywhere. Because last time I just go to tourist attractions because it was the middle of summer. It was in a bearable temperature. So I'd wake up and it'd be like, oh, it's currently 24 degrees despite the fact that it's 4 a.m. I'm going to go to all the tourist attraction-y spots that it is publicly accessible. Through I go. Empty.
Also, I was going to put it out there. I
Sorry,
was told
we're
it
going
was,
on a tangent.
it was oppressive. Well, I'm also tangenting. It was oppressively hot when we were there. It's so hot, and also, oh, it's so damn cold. It was alright, both of them.
Oh yeah, it was fine.
In at its hottest.
Oh, you're talking about separate trips.
Yeah.
Okay.
In
I
at
thought
its
you had.
hottest, also fine.
I thought you had
Yeah.
two different people tell you two extremes of temperature. I'm like, are you guys even in the same place?
They're always, yeah.
I went to like where it was like proper snowing, and I was like, this is fine.
There's no wind.
I can get behind this.
Most of the time.
Yeah. The wind is what was brutal.
Yes.
So like when the wind happened, it was like, oh, this is cold. I can't feel my face. So then I had like the face roller, and I'd be like, face roller up to here. That happened when I was in Hiroshima. It started snowing, and it got windy coming off the water at
Ooh.
like 6 p.m. as I was like walking into the city, and I was like, oh shit, I did not pack for this. I left my like face warmer at home because I was like, logically, I'm going south. It's going to be warmer. And then it snowed. I was like, oh shit.
Well, I didn't have a face warmer. I just had soju. But then I also couldn't feel my face.
There we go. To wrap up this tangent and take it full circle, it's Trunks has just shown up to kill Mecha Frieza.
Spoilers.
Cool. So we have our next hint at the V-Jump promo for the forthcoming month. So this one is actually a Game Boy video game only exclusive being brought to
cool.
real life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this Prisman support?
No. So
It's secret. You don't know that it's not Prisman support.
I'll tell you why I know in just a moment. So its name is Soulicer Crystal. It's a light level 6.
It's also a white Prisman.
So
This
of
card goes
note,
to graveyard special summon Prisman from deck. Oh, a dream. Is it a rock type? Is it a rock?
I'm getting to this.
Okay.
So it was a machine monster in DDS,
Oh.
but was changed to an Aqua in DM4. And it has 300 attack and 1900 defense in both appearances.
What a fucking 6.
How many stars? Level 6.
This one is a level 6. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the original, with that stat line.
Oh,
the
but
original-
no, it was.
Yeah. Yeah. The original stat line, if it's 1900 defense, it has to be level 6.
Can't be.
How far
Can't be
we've
better
come.
than Giant Soldier
How
Stone.
far we've come. The
It
level
got power crypt in the original starter deck.
Yep.
Terelements Merely has 2000 defense and it does 17 things.
I repeat, Jake, it got power crept in the game's starter deck,
Insane.
and they still printed Marinfin.
So, last
Speaking
bit
of
of
which, I
news
got a
that
bunch of
we'll
Marinfin sleeves.
last bit of news that we'll go over this week is the
We can
first.
cover all the news. We got all the time.
No, this is the last bit of news.
Ah.
It was just a nice way of saying it. So this is our first hint of the next deck build pack, which is Justice Hunters, which we discussed very briefly a little while ago. So the 3 archetypes that we have are Dragon Tail Altharion, Oh, sorry, no, that's the name of the monster. Dragon Tail is the name of the archetype.
Is it a wife? Is this the waifu deck?
No.
All I saw was Kurt complaining about a waifu deck.
One of them's wife. Well, one of them's women.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So, fusion monsters that wield the power of dragon magic. The
Will
artwork...
work with Dragon Maid.
Purple card.
Purple card, Dragon, super poorly targets. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I would
and
very
the-
much like to
and
super
the
poly
Dragon
you
Maid
into a
support.
shower. Thank you.
Yeah, well, depending on how good Dragon... actually, that's a good point. How good are Dragon Maid, considering Orcus seem to be... They've fallen off a little bit from what I can see the most recent OCG reports. I think
Yeah, 'cause
Malice
people-
is gone.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, everyone's playing Orcus again. Let's put in all the side deck stuff for it again.
Yeah,
But the side deck stuff for Orcus is the same side deck stuff for Malice.
except for System Down.
Ah,
Yeah.
that is a big difference.
Oh, I activated System Down and won? Sick. Awesome.
So that's our first archetype. Our second is Yummy!
Yeah, that art looks sick. I love it.
It actually does. So,
Oh, Yummy. Okay, I thought you said Yami. I was
Yeah.
like, we got Dark Spellcaster deck? Okay.
that would be cool.
Yummy on
But
field.
no, these are synchro monsters that catch cute and quirky little guys who are the sweetest treats imaginable that are light beasts.
But are they like claw machining? Was I
Yeah.
imagining
I
that?
think
looks like
that
it.
particular one is trying to rescue this one, which
Yeah.
is caught up with this one.
Yeah.
And then I saw in the background there's like a UFO dessert crab.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want that to be its own monster because I'm assuming these
Yeah.
are all the boss monsters
probably a
as they
synchro.
usually are.
I like this. This is cool.
Yeah, this
that
looks
one-
really cool. The important thing to note with these being light beasts is they will interact with the Ancient Fairy support that we're getting in Alliance Insight.
Yes.
Because that deck looks sick.
Does the Beast Summoning card lock you to synchros or lock you out of synchros?
I'm going to need more information.
The
The one that
Alpha,
summons...
King of Beasts.
No, the spell that summons like 3 beasts from deck.
Oh, Obedience School.
Yeah. Does
Yeah,
that...
it does lock you in beasts.
I was thought it locked you out of synchros because of that kind of old card.
No, I think it locks you into beasts.
Okay. That's okay. If I'm playing this deck, that's fine.
Because I think that was its original
Also, what's with
purpose.
them making just like really cute art for Beast deck?
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a duality kind of thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? I'm a beast, but also smoothie?
They're just like... Remember how we did Melfi?
Yeah, he was right. Oh, it's only Beast. It's only
Locks you
Beast.
into beasts?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm nailing my fucking card text today. Look at me go. I can't read, but I know cards. Then our last one, the waifu deck, as mentioned before. This theme is called K9, so they're fairies. Xyz monsters that strike down evil and villainy that spread in the darkest
Oh, so
shadows.
it's named after them. All right. So the other two aren't giving me Justice Hunter vibes, but if that's... I didn't read the blurbs, I didn't see the art. Yeah.
Why do they keep doing this?
Yeah.
Justice! Babs.
So more than
I'm
likely,
actually surprised Jake got that reference.
this will be Beast Warriors just based on the artwork.
Buy a Tankies now. Buy a Tankies now.
Well, this is-
Aussie to the moon.
Well, this is the other
I
thing
don't have any
too.
to actually
They're
sell you.
Xyz Beast Warriors, so they'll interact really well with Zoo
Yeah.
in the OCG, not in the TCG, because they murdered that shit again.
No, we got Barrage back to 1. We can summon our level 4 Beast Warrior from deck.
Wee.
Put it to 3.
All the Xyz material require specifically their archetype.
Yep, surely.
No Boojins for you.
Look, I wouldn't be surprised if like they had some level of Zoo influence, like you can put this
One
one on
card
top of
Xyz.
this one specifically, kind of thing, rather than just like stack and stack and stack and stack.
The worst part is, like, as I've matured in Yu-Gi-Oh!, I've realized that I really like Xyz decks. However, I don't want to play the waifu deck, man.
I had the same thing with Malice.
Yeah. It's okay, I got
Embrace it.
That's right, you've got Dessert Guy.
I
Yeah.
can make this, I can make synchros.
I actually really like the artwork of the dragon things too. It's got like a mystical statue kind of vibe.
I've got to look at it. I don't remember. Didn't jump out to me. Oh. It reminds me of something. I don't like it. Reminds me of a shit card. What was it?
It reminds me of something else that I don't quite remember.
So it doesn't remind you of it because you
what's
can't
the-
remember it.
It's a crappy Shadow card, I think it reminds me of.
What's the thing that's like, it's like a big metal body, and it's like it's got a little puppy dog face. I remember something that looks like that from somewhere.
Big metal body with a puppy dog face.
Yeah, I can't really help you there.
Imagine a giant mecha just being piloted by just tiny little dogs. Just tiny little dogs' heads just sitting on top of this mecha.
Zeus.
Zeus with specifically a pearliest material.
The stuff is really- No, it's or the other beasts, the other cute beasts, the forests.
Oh, the Melfies.
Melfies
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
What does that bring us to, Jake?
That brings us to our questions. If you weren't aware, link is in the description below. Feel free to jump in, say hi, and ask us questions. Our first one this week comes to us from Ryguy. What is a Yu-Gi-Oh skill that you need to practice?
Shuffling.
There is one. I need to go back to being more patient. There seems to be a point in time in Yu-Gi-Oh where I just kind of stopped.
I get that. I think mine needs to be, if I was going to refine myself on anything, is tolerance of other people. I let other people's actions get to me a little too much,
Oh, I do
and it's
that.
impacting my mental health.
Ah.
And your game, more importantly.
No, well, I can't really blame that on them, because it's generally by the end of the game that I sort of unleash as such.
Those poor people in Detroit.
I'm going to leave that alone.
Can't have patience in Detroit.
Yeah.
Next question is again from Ryguy. If you carried out a Yu-Gi-Oh monster with you every day, like Ash with Pikachu,
Yeah.
which one would you have?
Do I get to, like, use it as a method of transportation?
I think
Well, it says like Pikachu
So
and
it sits on my shoulder,
carried around.
so I can't use it.
Yeah,
Effectively. So I
think
can't
it
pick,
needs.
like, a big fucking dragon and be like, off we go, dragon!
That
Let's
would
go
be
and burn down Brisbane.
good. Why Brisbane?
a shitty airport. Like,
Real shitty airport.
so shit.
Shanghai airport's pretty shit.
I'd also like to point out that in this world, other people would have these Pokemon, so like you wouldn't be shielded from the law. So you still can't just go burning
there'll be-
down cities and airports.
There'll be a dragon tax.
Ask Entei. Didn't he burn down a building?
That is what you wish.
Which building burned down? Was the creation, not the...
Yeah, but he burned down in it. That's how
it was
Entei
his
was
fault.
made.
How far can a Charizard fly in one trip?
Does this look like a fucking Pokemon fucking thing to you?
Look, I would just pick the Dene if I have to carry it around.
Or Ditto?
It said a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Oh. Sorry.
Why are we here, people?
I would like to have 1,000 Eyes Idol with me.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
just a little guy just walking around with me, keeping an eye on everything.
Oh,
It'd be
bad
kind of weird.
choice.
Wing Karibo.
Come on.
Okay, Jaden,
Fucking
you
go play
unoriginal
go
fuck.
win Julie.
Can the mathematician do my taxes?
You have to carry it around. You can't just carry around the cliche professor with you.
Can it make me money?
Battery Man.
Again, it's like any pet.
Yeah,
You,
but
you
it's
could
like battery,
be, you
man.
could be an Instagram influencer with whatever thing you had.
Poplar would be cute.
Not in America though. Yeah, Poplar. Yeah.
Is there any like cute cards in Mac 9s that you?
No,
Take around
McNutt,
hardcore.
McNutt doesn't really do cute.
Jake could take around Purple Nightfall so that he could also dress up in Mech Knight and then, like, not be weird. People would just be like, oh, there's those two Mech Knight people, therefore it's not abnormal.
Except I would behave completely by McKnight standards, and if a queue was forming, I'd just randomly appear at the back of it and go,
Can you play Scar on Brass Bombard?
what? Oh.
Maybe?
That's alright, no one plays anything with Brass Bombard, it's so fucking bad.
Yeah.
I'm actually struggling. Oh, no, I remember what it was. Hello.
Oh.
Why?
Ugh.
Because it's cute.
You pre-read this question, pre-prepared a shit answer?
Ben, did you already say the calculator?
No, I said mathematician.
Mathematician. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Well, there's a card called the calculator. You can just get that.
Yeah, but that doesn't do his taxes. That just helps him work it out himself.
Scapegoats would be cool.
It's a cannon
Oh,
soldier
yeah,
on my
that'd be
chest.
cool.
Just be like, cannon soldier, shoot this at someone.
Why are half of yours war crimes?
It's not a war crime.
I'll bring in Nibiru with me.
Final devastation.
Oh, God.
If I take the final countdown, does it constantly play the final countdown?
Every step you take, it ticks down, and eventually everyone will just drop
Rights
down
will get
dead.
expensive.
Yeah. Next question.
For some reason, I got kicked out of Discord. But next question is, again from Ragai. What deck makes you lose respect for the person playing it?
Jake, what's your answer?
I have so many. I need someone else to go first.
Every deck Jake doesn't play.
No, it's not even about that. There's some that just like the pure mechanics of the playstyle / deck just don't need to exist.
For me, it is like pure border stun. If
Yes,
someone
no.
sits down across from me and they're like, normal summon border set 4, I'm like, what do you do in life, man?
Yeah, people that go out of their way to just not let the opponent play can be shot by his cannon soldier.
It's like, it's even to the point of like, it always happened today. So like, border stun hasn't been realistically, it hasn't been playable for like 3 years.
Yeah, like you're not
If
picking
someone
up
does it today, it's like, you're just playing this because you're a dick.
Yeah,
or you're behind the times almost. Like I don't know, because like if that was a deck that was winning tournaments, it was like,
Like-
okay, sure, like it's in the meta, but
You can't really give the logic of like, oh, it's cheap. It's like, there's other cheap decks that are better.
yeah,
Like, if your answer for this is it's cheap and I have it, you're just lazy.
yeah. Part of the game is your skill expression, right? Like being able to show that like you have a competency, like you have a mechanic that you like. If your competency level is border stun,
I have normal summoned a border. I
Like-
have set 3, maybe equipped it with Moon Mirror Shield. Off you go.
like if that's your skill expression, go peel potatoes. Like
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Like, okay, I normal
Yeah.
summon, I link 1, I activate effect that gets rid of your border.
The only thing is, I play decks like that just because I don't want to have to pay attention to every deck in the meta, know what every interaction is. I'll just limit their potential and then know what my deck is. Like, you don't have to study other decks to play the game.
I hate it.
Yeah, I'm not about that either. Because with any game that you play, you need to have an understanding of how it works. Granted,
Also, there's a difference between Seb showing up to locals every now and then and a guy showing up to a regional playing border stun.
oh yeah, there's a big difference there. I feel like if you've gone to the effort of going to a regional or YCS and you've just put Fossil Dyna Turbo together, I'm like, you're just wasting yours and mine and everyone else's time.
What about Nurse Burn?
Oh yeah, huge waste of time.
Nurse Burn
I'll
at
tell Tom
least
to
is
his
kind
face,
of
it's a
innovative.
huge waste of time.
At least there's a win con. Most stun doesn't.
Yeah, you're not playing. I've done this.
At least it gets over quick.
Oh my god, you set a card? I'm fucked.
But yeah, there are a few others. I don't particularly like Adamancipator's playstyle from back in the day. Like, it was aggressive. I definitely don't like Snake Eyes.
I really like that
Um,
Emancipator.
There's going to be, like, realistically, I can't think of all of them at the moment. There's probably a lot of decks where you love them and I hate them. Snake Eyes is one of them.
I don't love Snake Eyes.
Cashtira is one of them as well.
I like original
What
Kashtira.
does Kashtira buff border stun?
Yeah.
Runic, I do not like Runic at all.
Yeah.
Like, you can splash it with as many engines as you like, but it's, at the end of the day,
It's just there to stall and keep the other engine in the game.
yeah.
Yeah. Pure Runic is go fuck yourself.
Oh, yeah. I have so much anger when I verse them, but on the flip side of that, I have so much pride and joy when they fucking lose.
The thing I don't like about playing Runic is like your opponent in Pure Runic, if they like set up a stun board and you out like the one thing that they needed to resolve, they will just scoop. And it's like,
Yeah.
because their deck takes 25 minutes to win one game. If you win game 1 just by drawing me out, it's like, okay, cool. We're playing like that.
Yeah.
We're either
So-
going to take forever,
So your win
or
con
one
wasn't,
of us is going
yeah,
to scoop.
Your win con wasn't this card. Your win con was getting to a point where you can win in time.
Yeah.
I don't know why that deck still exists. It like
It's never done
it has
anything
no
non-degenerate.
it has no place in the game.
Like, the most innovative thing that deck has ever done is Joshua Schmidt's list where he summoned the Runics and then activate his duality, then summons one from deck with the same type and attribute.
Yeah, yeah.
They just, like, do that to, like, switch out into, like, something that's good and then, like, play from there.
Yeah, like I
And
can
summon some bestials
Oh, the
and
best card
go into big
duality.
synchros and...
yeah, no, I think when you do it like that and you're using Runic as an engine to get you to a board state, I can appreciate that to a degree.
It being used as a synchro engine is actually pretty neat.
Yeah,
It's when it's being used for other shit, just to slow down the game state, that's when it's fucked.
yeah, no, not about that.
It's here to slow the game down and draw cards.
I should write out a list because, like, I could honestly ramble on for another hour about the decks I don't like, but I will digress. Drew D asks, this is a long one, so bear with me. Does Yu-Gi-Oh need a level of play above a YCS? Open entry events are great and should be a part of every TCG, but you always run the risk of getting knocked out of the event by some random guy playing a tier 5 fun deck, Waterstun, that you're not at all prepared for in the first few rounds. A level of play above that, think Magic Pro Tour, would allow the cream to rise to the top and make a good marketing event for the game, and a route to maybe better prizes. It would also make regional level events even better. Are we stopping?
No, keep going.
No,
Okay.
I know where he's going with this, though.
It would also make a regional level event better if, say, the top 2 to 8, depending on the turnout, got invites to these events, as well as YCS top 32s.
Yep.
Just an idea, but I think it would only be a good thing for the game.
A, that's Oceanics, but we digress. B, that's called a UDS, and they got rid of them.
Yeah, they tried. I think,
COVID killed UDSs.
yeah.
Like, when we come back from COVID, it just wasn't the same, and they were like, we'll do a couple, and then we'll do, like, the Ultimate UDS Championship to just knock it all out.
An invite outside of, like, an invite tournament outside of Worlds would be welcome, but, I mean, that's what was our one called? Like, so we had the Local Legends and Local Legends Stage 2 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes. Where you had to, like...
Oh, yeah, the LLDS.
yeah, you had to get invitations to go to the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, like, yeah, we had a version of it. It wasn't as supported as UDS was.
I still remember, I fucked my Stage 2 LLDS so badly, where, like, I did the whole, no, I want to play this. Like, so the ban list dropped the day before the event that was, like, effective on the Monday. It was the ban list that banned Firewall Dragon.
Ah,
So I was like, I want to play Firewall for one last time, and completely pivoted to another deck entirely. Didn't really know how to play it, and also just forgot to put cards in my extra deck. So, like, my deck didn't do anything. So I just sat down playing with the one hand tied behind my back the whole day, and was like, I am losing every match, because not only am I playing against, like, a group of players who were invited to be here, I'm just getting bodied by my own decisions.
yeah, look, it would be nice if there was another event. Like, LLDS wasn't even really that for us. It was kind of that, but not really.
You had to, like, it was top 2 of your locals got an invitation.
Yeah, I understand, like, that
Yeah, maybe
level
like
of
the
it. But in
OTS
terms of the
maybe OTS
pricing, I
ones.
don't think the pricing was all that amazing afterwards, was it?
No, it wasn't. You got, like, you got a playmat
feel-
at each stage.
I think the ultimate winner or winners of the LDS maybe got a trip to foreign YCS. I think they got, like,
Maybe.
accommodation and flights and entry to, like, a London YCS or something. I think was the prize for, like, at least the first one.
Where
But
then
like
you got
most,
to a tier 5.
yeah.
Because we never got Ordeal of the Traveller, did we?
No,
Okay.
that was purely a European thing.
Yeah.
Even though we're the travellers that have the ordeal, because we get one YCS a year unless we travel to them.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's probably market for it. I imagine in a few years they'll cook up something similar because it's just leaving. I don't know, YCSs do make a bunch of money for them, but
The question is, how do you stream to a level to make it marketable?
yeah.
Because they seem to be pretty at least from our side, like streaming in Australia is difficult. We get that. Like, there's not really a viewership market for it live. It's also costly because the cost of actually running the event here is so expensive because you have to pay for fucking land because like renting a fucking place here is ridiculous. So like for other countries, it's definitely doable. Like we've seen it happen with UDS series. It's just a case of just decided not to do it. Like that UDS Grand Championship was actually really fun to watch. There's a bunch of great players playing a kind of shit format. It's like, who is the best Snake Eyes player? Because anyone showed up not playing Snake Eyes, got bodied pretty quickly. But yeah.
Next question is...
That's right.
Next question from Caleb. What creature would you be if you could choose to be reincarnated as one? It can't be mythical. It also has to exist within our time, so nothing extinct.
I thought he was talking about like Yu-Gi-Oh card. You could
No.
exist in the Yu-Gi-Oh
An actual
universe.
animal.
An actual animal. I would choose something that doesn't have to rely on itself for survival.
Cow, I think it's if it was you,
What's something that's
mathematician.
Yeah. No,
I can do what? No, I'd have to do other people's taxes.
I'd pick one of those rich Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
What?
I'm sure there's Yu-Gi-Oh cards out there that are like just living the good life. Summer. He's living the good life.
Eldritch.
Creature. Not mythical and existed.
We're
was the
talking on a
question.
tangent here.
Well, yeah, we're
Oh,
tangenting.
fuck
Yeah.
me.
We're not giving an answer yet.
Uh,
I said a creature that would live on its own, fucking get the freeload. Like, if I was just a dog in like a really comfortable living environment, I'd be like, sick, awesome.
I'd want to be one of those like Galapagos giant turtles.
Live for 100 years.
Yeah. And there's no natural predators to them. They're like completely evolutionary complacent.
Yeah, but you like move so slowly.
Where have I got to go? I'm a fucking turtle.
I'd be very frustrated by moving so slowly.
so you could be more patient.
But you don't know what other speed is.
Huh? No, but you can see the other.
Just a side tangent for 1 second, just to I need to express the skill of my speed. So when I was
All right, Sonic 4.
when I was in Japan, Sonic 3 in Japan, by the way, is Sonic Tokyo Adventure or something like that.
Shadow and Sonic, Tokyo Adventure. It's only in 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, because there's a Tokyo scene, they just named it Tokyo Adventure. Yeah.
Okay.
It happens more in London. Spoilers.
Spoilers for Sonic.
Goodness.
So, I managed to, in one day, go to Nara Deer Park and make it back to Universal Studios and have a nap in between.
Oh.
Nara is an hour and a half away from
This is the
Osaka,
context I needed.
where Universal Studios is. So, like, my hotel was half an hour to Universal Studios, an hour and a half to Nara.
That's good.
I managed to do Nara, come back, have a nap, and make it to Universal Studios by 12.
How long was the nap?
Like an hour?
But then you're in Universal Studio. I'd rather stay in
I just went to Donkey Kong Land. I was like, yay, Donkey Kong.
I had a son.
Monkey,
They
monkey,
didn't,
monkey.
they didn't have a sign up saying how much it was to get your photo taken with Donkey Kong. I didn't want to line up and be like, yay,
No.
and then they'd be like, okay, cool, $30 please. And I'd be like, oh, I just wanted a quick photo of me and Donkey Kong being like, ah.
I mean, it was a theme park. You can imagine it was between $30 and $50 to do that.
See, one of the interesting things that I found about Japanese theme parks is like the rides that take your photo. You know how in like here, they are guarding those fucking photos like anything to make sure you do not take a photo of that photo.
I have a
Yep.
photo. I have a photo of a photo which, like, they caught me taking and were really pissed at me. But I'm like,
Here or there?
over there.
Oh, over there. They was open season for me.
Oh.
Like they were like, come on up. Like this is your photo. If you want to take a photo of it, yeah. If you want me to print it off for you though, it'll be $15.
Over here, like they had like
That
triple-
person was quitting.
It was everyone. I had every single ride that had this. The ride attendant was like, yeah, these are the photos.
Disney
Feel free to take a
World.
photo, but
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
this here. It happened at Universal, it happened at Disney. I was like, hell yeah.
They wanted
Thank
to
you.
unionize, but because they signed up to Universal and Disney Plus, they couldn't.
Yeah. I have all the photos of my ride exit photos.
There is me with a row to myself. Don't read into that.
Which ride was this on?
What?
Indiana Jones?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no, this is Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Yep.
Also,
I'd be a falcon or an eagle.
so
Yeah.
you've chosen a flight.
Are dinosaurs mythical?
It can't be extinct.
Damn it!
No,
No. Best of both worlds. You can be a chicken.
Yeah, the best of both worlds.
Oh, don't you dare! You know how I feel about chickens. Duck.
One final thing for the podcast about
wait,
my
what
trip
do
to
I do?
Japan and theme parks. Like, Disneyland was very quiet. I went on a public holiday, by the way. It was empty.
Yeah, you went on the good public holiday, not the Golden
Yeah.
Week one.
I also realized that, so everyone just wanted to be at Disney Sea because Frozen Land had opened. So, like, Disney Sea was fucked and Disneyland was empty. So, like, it was also
well-
super chill. Where, like, the longest ride was Beauty and the Beast, which was like an 80-minute wait. I was like, that's a long wait, but I don't want to do that yet, because I was like, I'll do it later. Like, I'll figure it out. So like the longest line I ever sat in was like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes.
So did you do the Beauty and the Beast ride?
Let me get to that. So, because it was so quiet, a lot of the ride attendants were like, "Oh, just have the whole ride to yourself."
Yeah!
Like, I did Pirates of the Caribbean with an entire boat to
Well, that's
myself.
what we end up having with Space Mountain at the end of the end of a quiet day, where it's just like in.
Yeah. I was just like,
I
cool.
can't believe they've ruined it.
And then, so they did the 6 p.m. fireworks, and then they had the 8:30 fireworks.
Yeah.
So, like, I stayed for the 6:30 fireworks. Like, I was like, that was great. If the 8:30 fireworks are better, I'm gonna stay for those. And then all the families went home. So I all of a sudden could go on any ride I wanted instantly and have it to myself. I was like, this is fantastic. So, like, Beauty and the Beast went from being an hour and a half wait to I just walked onto the ride and had a whole thing to myself.
So is that just the hack?
Yeah, they do night passes as well.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Oh, it's way better.
It
at
was
night.
winter, so it was like 2 degrees at this point.
okay.
But, like,
so
I had my face wrap, and I was
Where-
like, face wrap up, off I
where-
go.
Coat.
wear pants.
Yep.
Go at night.
Yep.
Yep. The moment that 6 p.m. show finishes, everyone leaves, and they also then do like an hour-long tour of lights. So they'll be like, I took a couple photos, but they'll be like, for one example, it's Pete's Dragon, and there's like a Pete's, like the dragon made of lights.
Oh, I misheard
then-
you. I thought you said Peach Dragon. I was like, what the fuck is that?
The movie Pete's Dragon.
No, Pete.
Ah,
I heard
okay.
you as Peach.
Okay. And then he's like holding an actor, and the actor's like singing in his hands. But they do that tour, which takes an hour. So I started on one side of the park when the tour was on, and like Pete's Dragon, for example, was coming past me. I did 3 rides on my way across the Beauty and the Beast, and Pete's Dragon had just gotten to the other side by the time I had made it to Beauty and the Beast.
So you're not
Okay.
reincarnating as that dragon.
So, for clarity,
Yep.
what the fuck do you do on a Beauty and the Beast ride?
Oh, so it's like, it's a teacup ride. It's like it's a
Right.
teacup, but the teacups move from room to room, and it like plays out the whole movie around you.
Oh, it's almost the same
Okay.
as like the Haunted Mansion and the other in normal Disney. Well, not haunted. No, it is haunted.
It's a haunted mansion.
The Ghosts of the Clue.
Your haunted mansion at Disney Tokyo is just like the train where it
Yeah.
just takes you through. But yeah, so like you're in the grand.
So it's a
dancing
teacup
hall.
room, but it's on more than just the circuit.
Yeah,
circuit
right.
Yeah,
thing.
they're free moving carts. So
Okay.
like the cart like spins and bounces as you're like it's doing be our guest, and you're spinning around the grand hall, and there's like 6 different carts going at once.
Okay.
Nice vest.
So,
I really like the vest.
so just for clarity, turtle, rat or chicken / duck.
Rat. Or dragon.
Save the long wait lines for nighttime at Disneyland.
Reincarnate.
Yes, he's coming back as the rope in a Disney line.
Also, like, so gates closed at 9.
Yep.
The fireworks happened at 8:30, and everyone immediately left after those fireworks. So I'm assuming once those fireworks like happen, you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah, I did.
And have free reign of
I did
anything.
Star Tours at that time.
That was a waste of your time slot.
You just walk in and do it. It's 5 minutes.
You're stupid and
Yeah,
wrong.
No, there was one.
The line was so empty that I could just do that
There's one
in the
cutscene.
middle of the
I
day.
want to see all the cutscenes.
Okay.
Like,
I hated Star Tours.
oh, it's
Like, the
it's-
line was fantastic, the ride itself I fucking
It
hated.
was good. It was good 10 years ago when Star Wars didn't suck.
I don't think they had
9
updated
years
it.
ago. No, because Finn. Oh, well, no, they put a Last Jedi scene in. I haven't seen it yet though.
I didn't remember it.
Oh no, because it's random. Like, and that's why I had to.
Oh, it's random.
Yeah. So I had to keep
Oh.
going back in to see Jakku.
You think you've seen the
It took
whole
me 6
ride,
times
idiot.
to find the new scene.
Look, I wasn't going back on that. I was like, that was like the theatrics of getting to the ride were great, and then it was just like a 3D ride where it played fucking a couple scenes from the movies. I got really fucking confused because there was references to Alderaan, despite the fact that it seemingly was set after the movies.
Yeah, they take, they go back to Coruscant and stuff.
Yeah. I was like, this is seemingly set later,
It's not set anyway.
but we're going to Alderaan?
We're traveling through time until Vader finds us.
So, next question is from Ragai. What's a card or archetype that would have been good if it was released a year or two sooner?
Tons.
When there was a card last week that was saying that this is 10 years late.
Yeah, the 6 cent card.
Yeah. Still haven't read that card, by the way.
I
Anyway.
have to say that my memory's been on peak today.
Yeah.
I can't remember people's names 2 seconds after I meet them, but card text, I'm fucking
Jake
on
had a
it.
lot of Amiga 3 this week. Is that the memory thing?
I don't know. Okay. I can't remember.
Shit, maybe I should...
There was one archetype I was thinking of. That Argo Star archetype that came out literally in Suda. If you put that around Eldritch time frame, it basically is Eldritch, but Whammon.
Yeah.
So yeah, would perform just fine.
Also, the boss monster's not 2-5 and comes back as 3-5.
I feel like if the vampire support that was released somewhat recently, I say somewhat, it was probably 2 years ago.
Which
was released.
vampire support?
You had the Link 3, the zombie vampire, or the vampire zombie, whatever it is. You've got the zombie.
there was more zombies with that.
Oh, there's so many zombies. There's
I only knew that.
There's
I'm
there's a Jiangshi zombie that brings it the stuff that's in the Master Duel zombie structure deck.
Yeah.
I remember there
That
was
stuff.
there was a time when we kept having that, where they'd release archetypes and be like, fuck, this is really shit. But they'd immediately get released in the Duel Links and be meta. So it was like, cool, they're clearly just shitting out cards that they can move across into that card game.
Oh, that's something I haven't actually thought of, is whether they just design the shitty archetypes so that Duel Links has, a bridge before they get to, the Snake Eyes of whatever the meta is.
Yeah. Just to
God,
kind of fill out
imagine the fucking cancer that will be.
Well, you only get 3 Banes Monster Zones. So, it's not going to be that bad.
I don't
You
think it'll be...
resolve Flamboge once and your zones are full.
No IP, right?
Yet.
Yeah. I need Striker Dragon really bad in Dragon Maid. If I get Striker Dragon and H-Seal, I'm happy.
What, fucking H-Seal's in there?
H-Seal's not the game, no.
Oh,
If
okay.
H-Seal was, I'd have a Link 2 to make every turn.
And then the whole game would be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game would be fucked. Next question is from 6i6.
Goku just landed.
What atmospheric conditions do you prefer?
Look, I'm actually not against the cold.
I prefer the cold to the heat, because you can always put more on. There comes a time where the police ask you to stop taking things off.
Yes.
I do like the climate in Wollongong a lot. We are very lucky with sea breeze
Oh yeah.
and also a shield from whatever comes from the west.
Yeah.
So
For those on the global world that wonder where we live, we are on a small slither between a mountain range and the ocean.
and yeah, it's pretty good.
Keeps it nice and temperate.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
It can get a bit humid.
Random other side tangent for the podcast. So,
So many tensions.
I've got a lot of tangents to go on today, and we only had an hour and a half of recording video time, so if it cuts out, it cuts out.
We're getting there.
We're getting close. So, on the way home, you weren't allowed to have earphones in during takeoff.
What?
But China Eastern takes so fucking long to hit altitude that it was 45 minutes to an hour before they were like, oh, you can now put your earphones back in and do whatever you want and use your tray table.
So you listen to the safety briefing? What do you mean?
The safety briefing
That
happens before you take off.
Yeah, but why are they not letting you put earphones in?
That's the
I don't know.
question.
I guess it's if there's an emergency, we need to be able to talk to you. It's if there's an emergency, I'm going to die anyway. Let
If
me
there's
listen to
an
something.
emergency as you're ascending into the sky, it's too late to talk to me.
Yeah.
And also, if
The announcement's going to be in Chinese before I...
and then there will be a 2-second period where there's obviously an emergency where I can go, oh, what's up?
This is still the Chinese announcement? Okay, I'm going to wait another 2 minutes. So the kid in front of me was watching kids' cartoons with subtitles on.
Okay.
So I couldn't like actually watch this show and like understand what the fuck was happening. And he watched like 3 episodes. The bad guy wins at the end of the 3rd episode, and I'm like, I just want to imagine that global warming happened in this universe. So it was like this kids' cartoon where they'd have like transforming helicopters and like shit. They were like flight things.
We're talking like YouTube, like a properly produced show.
It's a properly produced show, but it looked like one of those YouTube AI generated kids shows.
like
But like it was basically like the Harrier from Avengers being run by like 2 kids and like 5 little baby orb things that were very clearly like baby versions of like the ships they would send out to solve emergencies. Except they'd always send this red one first that would fuck up the situation, make it worse, and they'd be like, we need to send number 2, and then send a second one out that would help.
crazy Thunderbirds.
Yeah, so well, pretty much. So like the first episode,
Thunderbirds with Nepo babies.
there's like a fucking, whatchamacallit, there was like a seals that played around at a dock and like a fruit at the dock got spilled and I was like, oh yay, one showed up, made it worse, and then another one showed up with a net and they put the fruit back in the box and were like, off we go. But it's still good to sell. The second
Been on
episode...
the ground for an hour while this red truck fucking fumbles
Yeah.
around.
So like the second episode there was...
Where are we?
I know.
What are we doing?
I don't know. I just want to tell the people. So then we got the second episode was like they're in the snow. They're in the snow. And they're trying to fucking get these wolves because the wolves got lost in the snow. So like a kid dresses up as a wolf and the wolf's like, oh, you're a wolf, I can trust you. And the red helicopter thing's there and it's like just got a pair of ears on. And the wolf's like, I trust you, and then he drops over the ears fall off and the wolf's like, you're not a wolf. And then like the wolf runs away, gets stuck in the ocean, then another fucking...
It was just in the snow.
So this is Jungle Book now.
Yeah, and then another ship shows up and turns up into a T-Rex, and then it's like, okay, the ship became a T-Rex that for some reason was helpful in the ocean. Okay, no problem. And then the 3rd episode happens, and there's like a bad one of the same like aircrafts, and it's seemingly excavating out of the polar ice caps like
Captain
the
America.
Allspark from Transformers. Like it's just lifting it up. And the red one shows up, and the red one fucks up, and global warming just happens, and they lose.
Huh.
I was like, oh, okay.
Then Dennis Quaid shows up.
And at this point, it was like, oh yeah, by the way, you can put your earphones in now. And I was like, oh, sick. And I go watch my own things.
Oh, I thought for sure you would like in for episode 4. You want to see how they save the world.
Global warming happened. Everyone died. Like there was this little girl who
Bungie
was
the
like,
helicopters reboost. Miles.
there was the little girl was like, oh yeah, me and my entire village are here. And then when they go to rescue the girl later, it's like, me and my dad are here. So clearly the whole village died.
It's alright, episode 4 they go back in time to stop.
Yeah.
Look,
Bad.
I'm assuming that
This whole kids show has just gone through the entire arc of the Marvel Cinematic Universe
Yeah.
in 4 episodes.
kind of, except for the part where the Allspark, after he caused global warming, it transformed into a giant mecha, and then the bad guy hopped inside the mecha and was like, I rule the world now, ha 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 ha. So I'm assuming that in the next episode, the giant Harrier jet that they fly around in turns into a mecha itself, because that was in the intro credits to the show. So I'm assuming that happens and they fight. Still don't know how they end global warming. All the ice is melted and the world flooded. Everyone died.
So, just before we move on to this last question, something's just occurred to
I've got a
me.
few comments as well.
Oh, great. Okay, we'll get on to those in a moment. So,
We got time.
We do. 8 minutes.
the kid watching the television show, you're
Yep.
clearly seeing it like through a seat or like across the
The
aisle or
reflection of the mirror of the window.
whatever. Okay, so was he watching it on the in-flight?
Yes.
Okay, why couldn't you watch your own?
Because he had, I could watch my own. But here's the thing, Jake. It's a 12-hour flight. There's like 5 movies in English, and I've seen all of them.
Okay, but surely that has to be better than subtitled, hard to comprehend child's television show.
Oh, it was easy to comprehend. The bad guy won. The bad guy won, and the red one was an idiot.
Last question before we move on to some comments. This one comes to us from Ragai as well. What's your favorite snack / junk food?
All of them.
I bought a whole bunch back from Japan.
Yeah, I had one of his little chocolate biscuit things before. They were delicious.
They were $1 a pack. They were great. I don't know what my favorite snack is. I would have said crunchy chocolate, but when I went back to Japan, I ate a bunch of it, and now I'm sick of it. It's happened a lot with foods
can
that
be
last
your
time.
favorite if you get sick of it?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I built up this thing in my head of, like, I loved it so much last time I was there. When I got back and could have it again, I was like, I want to try other things. Also, they discontinued my favorite fucking cake while I was there. So I got back, had it for, like, the first 3 days, and then they discontinued it. And I was like, I actually appreciate that you guys were just keeping this until I got back here, and then we're like, oh, there you go, he got it. Discontinue it now.
What was it called?
The chiffon cake. The 7-Eleven chiffon cake was delicious.
Ah,
The chocolate
okay.
almonds over there are a
They're
go-to.
really good. That is my current go-to snack, is like the dairy milk chocolate almonds.
Yeah.
So like, whenever they
Perfect
go on
train
sale,
snack. Like it.
buy them. They go on sale, they're like down to like $6 is still a lot for a jar. But I'll be like, buy, done. It's my current favorite snack.
Long time ago, there was like these I don't know, they weren't tangy salsa Doritos of some sort, and they every now and then there's a similar flavor that I will partake in and go, this reminds me of it, but they'll never.
But it's
be.
never the same.
No.
What chips did you use for your Doritos thing? The Mission ones?
Yeah.
Did you get the lime?
Yeah,
the lemon?
yeah.
I've been told they're really good.
Because that's me chasing that old feeling.
Okay,
that was,
okay.
I'm like, oh, these guys.
That's me trying to ride the
Yeah.
salsa dragon.
I've been told they were delicious. I'm getting that cooked for me on Wednesday night, so...
Yeah.
Mine is, like, in terms of a broad thing,
Yep.
jelly beans.
Okay.
I fucking love jelly beans, but specifically Jelly Bellies.
Ah.
Jelly Bellies are so fucking good.
They're like the ones with all the flavors, right?
Yeah, they're the gourmet ones that like take 3 months to make.
On an old trip to Japan, I got nearly I don't think it was a kilo bag, but it was a big bag with the pick and mix, where you can go, you can get a certain thing. I'm just all Jelly Bellies, and the service attendant goes, you can get other stuff. I'm like, no, just Jelly Bellies.
bitch, mind your business.
Oh, those are the Harry Potter beans.
Every flavored beans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, tangent for me. So this year I got like just a standard box of like the 50 assorted flavour of Jelly Bellies. Much appreciated. My parents obviously know, well, I say my parents, my mum knows that I like jelly beans. Dad doesn't know, doesn't give a fuck.
Kid needs to grow up.
The year before that, she got me a box of Bean Boozled, the actual like every flavour beans, where it's like, oh, this could be caramel or earwax. Who the fuck wants that?
I don't mind the just.
So here's the
disgusting
thing.
ones are still sweet.
You hold it.
Guess what you're
I used-
getting next week.
I used to hold them up to the side of the boxes and be like, that's this flavour? Okay, I can eat this flavour.
But they make them look the same. That's the
Okay.
point.
That's the trick.
I used to just get everyone the horseradishes ones when we were kids. Whereas, like, hit me up, like, this is.
So
Like,
when I
I don't
was
have any sugar.
when I was little, when we used to go and visit where my family's from, they would have like the tower of every flavoured beans, and you could like scoop what flavours you wanted.
Yeah.
So they'd have like each flavour would be in its own
Floss,
plastic.
fairy,
Go,
floss, fairy, floss, fairy, floss.
Oh, very floss. The Tutti Frutti flavour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's is it?
Because that's like the.
Oh,
white
and
staple
toasted
there.
I was
marshmallow.
gonna say roasted marshmallow.
Yeah, toasted marshmallow.
Fairy, floss, fairy, floss.
Very quick spin off to this. So Harry Potter
This is
chocolate
barely a
frogs.
Yu-Gi-Oh podcast.
No, so when I was little, Harry Potter chocolate frogs, I used to get them from Woolworths.
Yeah.
And they were fantastic. Mm-hmm. And they discontinued them, but I could still get them when I went to Movie World because they had the Harry Potter place.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that anymore. So when I was in Japan, in Harry Potter World, they sell them. The issue,
It'd be different chocolate.
the issue is they were bigger, but cost $25.
Oh, Jesus. Do they actually come with like a holographic
They did,
Dumbledore?
but I wasn't paying $25.
Oh,
Damn.
I rate the
damn.
Nerd
Nostalgia has a price tag.
Yeah.
Nerd classes are good.
Yeah.
The ropes, Nerd rope.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're worth the Easy Mart price that we get around the road, but
Yeah.
What are they, like $5?
I don't know, but I get them. Look, I've resigned. I'm going to pick like 2 or 3 things from that store,
Pay 50
and I will just tap. I won't even look.
Don't even look.
It's on payday. It's my one time a week. I'll go there and go. You know what? This is on me.
Money is no object, but only 3 things.
Yeah.
But
Our
next off, we
comments.
have the comment section.
Yeah, on Spotify, we had a few comments. A few weeks ago, sorry I missed it, Jared said Kurt is a very nice man and could definitely see him topping a YCS.
Well, there's a bet going.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that's for the Machabi ban. Sorry.
No, we didn't take him up on the bet on.
Yeah, not in the YCS win.
That's window's still open.
What are the odds?
I don't know. I'll give 10 for him topping.
I'll buy him a Harry Potter chocolate frog.
If anyone's bet against
When he
it,
comes to
10 bucks.
Japan next year or not.
Yeah.
I'll offer that up. Last week, Tim said Suda seems like a very mid set.
Yep.
A very mid set.
Yep, we covered that. And Dominic for don't know what that means, but
Higher?
Shrek is the photo. Expansion pack for crossover breakers. So I imagine
I thought
that's
he was
it.
going to say crossover crisis. I was like, this guy knows some deep lore.
I imagine Supreme.
Yeah.
You're saying Supreme Darkness is an expansion pack, which
It's
is
not even.
really.
There's one, two, because Malice got that like weird psychic thing that they
Also,
could.
all that's
use.
relevant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, we get what you're putting down there. It kind of is, except also I mean, expansion pack for Blue Eyes. Expansion pack for everything else, which I mean, it is a booster pack.
It's more like a lottery pick for Blue Eyes. Yeah, only after the barrel.
It's also hero support that they won't play.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can use your Dead Cell Prison or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, I pulled both. I pulled 2 hero cards.
Oh yeah, I think I got one too. It was like, I got the Asmina Queen.
I
Hero
got the
profile coming
secret
soon.
I
evil
think,
hero.
I think I got all the lore cards except LZ. So
Oh, I've got one of those.
I know you do.
But that does conclude us for this week. Thank you all very much for listening and watching.
$5 for
Uh,
the barrel, by the way.
If you are listening along, as you can see, you can comment along on Spotify. If you are watching on YouTube, feel free to like and subscribe.
And comment there too.
Yeah. Jump into a Discord. Ask us
Like
some-
and comment, because it probably drives algorithm.
Yeah. Interact. We like it. Jump into a Discord. Ask us some questions, and we'll catch you all next week. Peace.
Bye.